Hello everyone. I am so glad you have joined me today. Look at what we're going to make in 10 minutes or less. And the inside and the envelope will be done also. Join me in the craft room and I'll show you how. For my 10-minute creation today, I'm going to be using the Incredible Like You, specifically the sentiment, so glad we are friends. Can you tell it's been one of those days? I have a piece of Whisper White that is 1 3/4 by 3 1/4. I have a scrap of Whisper White and a scrap of Night of Navy. I'm going to be cutting some rectangles with those. I have a piece of Call Me Clover that is 2 by 5 1/4. My card base is Whisper White and it's 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. I'm going to be using the Night of Navy ink. I'm also going to be using some of the Happiness Blooms enamel dots and some of the navy gingham ribbon. I have a piece of the Happiness Blooms designer series paper, and this is 2 by 5 1/2. I have my envelope. I'm going to do some embossing, and I have the Layered Leaves embossing folder. I'm using the Stitch Rectangle framelits, and what I did was I took, this isn't the right size. Well, this is going to be cut out of here, and this is going to be cut out of here, so then I'll have to cut this one down. So let me do that and cut this one down. Okay, when I cut this out, it ends up being 1 and, I guess about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1 7/8 by 3 and, no, not 7/8. 7/16. No, that's not right either. It's a little bit small. I cut this one out and then cut this one smaller. I can't figure it out today. I'm just losing it. All right, I'm going to take my Night of Navy ink and I'm going to stamp my So Glad We Are Friends to the side. All right, put this away before I make a mess of things. Now, I need to get the front of my card done, but I want to emboss this piece with my embossing folder. So let me go do that. All right, I have that embossed. Now I need to, since this is embossed, I need to put this on my card base with tear-in tape. So I'm going to put some tear-in tape around the edge. The reason being is it just, when you emboss, there's valleys and mountains, and if there's too many valleys, excuse me, there's not enough surface area for it to stick to your card base. So by doing this, then we know we get a good, it sticks really well. So we don't have to worry about it coming apart. All right, so I've got that. Now, here's my card. Let me fold it. And the first thing I'm going to put down is my designer series paper. All right, and I am going to give myself, there's a little bit of a border all the way around, and I'm trying to make it even side to side and the bottom. All right, now we need to put this on, and I'm going to show you a trick. if you take your edge and pull it only part way down and then take and fold it back, what you can take and do is you can line up your two corners, get it stuck down, and then because your pieces are sticking out, you have a good way. So I'm making sure it's even on the sides and I'm checking out my top. So I'm sticking down that corner, and now if I pull this out, this out, this out, oops, that ripped off. That's the only thing you have to be careful that it doesn't rip out or rip off, and it did. So I'll sneak my finger in here and get the edge, only because it won't stick if I don't. All right, and then this off, and then it's all stuck down, and it's easy to get it lined up without it sticking down when you don't want it to. Okay, now time to wrap our ribbon around. And what I'm going to do is, before I do that, I'm going to put this piece together, these pieces together, because I need to know where my ribbon's going to be joined so that you can't see the two ends. Okay, so I'm going to do that. And this piece goes on here. All right, so it needs to be joined right about there. So if I take and hold that there, and I'm going to take a glue dot because it's going to be underneath. Okay. I'm going to make sure I get it in the right spot, right about there. And what I'm doing is I'm using, it's kind of off a little, I want it in the middle, there. I'm using the ribbon to hide where the two pieces join. So let me get that on there. I'm going to pull it over, and I can cut this here. Oops, I used the wrong scissors. I'm not paying attention. I need to put my other end down, and now before you do it, make sure your ribbon is in the middle and pull it tight. Okay, now I'm going to add a bow, but I'm going to do that after I stamp my little flower. I pulled the bloom by bloom, and I pulled this little flower, and I'm going to stamp that little flower on my card like so, and it kind of mimics that one. But what I'm going to do after I get it on there is I'm going to put a rhinestone in there. So I want to make sure this is dry. My navy was pretty juicy. So I'm going to add my dimensionals. I've got my backs off, and I'm going to take and I'm going to add my sentiment. Now I can add my rhinestones, and I'm thinking I can use the little tiny ones on this. Yep, they work. I'll get this last one over here because I don't have, these aren't cut, only I have to cut those road strips some more. All right, so I've got that. Now I need my bow and we're done. So I'm going to tie my bow. Give myself a nice bow. And use the right scissors this time. Okay. And which side? I like this side better. So I'm going to add this to my card base. I'm going to add it, I think I'm going to add it like that. And to finish it off, I'm going to pull in some of the Me Clover enamel dots. I haven't used many of those. All right, I got to remember, pick this up. All right, now, ooh, I got two. I don't want two. I'll put this one back down. Okay, so there's that one. And I'm going to bend this so that the edge is open. And then one more little tiny one. Bend it so I can pick it up. There we go. Isn't that cute? And so easy. And I did the inside and the envelope. If you liked my project, make sure you give me a thumbs up. If you don't want to miss any of the things I share, make sure you subscribe to my channel using the button below. Leave me a comment. YouTube likes comments. Don't forget about my Facebook group. We have Facebook Live on Thursday evenings where we have lots of fun making different cards. We'd love to have you join us. If you do not have an online demonstrator, send me a message. And if you need catalogs, I can send them to you. I'd be happy to help you out. Have a great day.